create new columns by pressing this button. A new window pops up and we are able to add TweetDeck searches as well as our Twitter searches. TweetDeck searches are saved on TweetDeck's server, but we can also add our own custom search by just entering something into this text box. In groups list, all groups and lists are listed, and here you see on the core the first difference from all the other clients. Here we are able to add trending topics client, new followers, column, I didn't mean topic. We can add favorites, TweetScoop, 12 seconds, and Facebook, MySpace, LinkedIn, Buzz, and even a Foursquare column if you'd like. You see, this is very, very customizable. For instance, Foursquare, where you are able to add a location column. Now you see the first downside of TweetDeck here. We don't get pretty ground notifications. This is due to some limitations of TweetDeck, which is air dependent. If I go to the settings, you can see under notifications there you can select how you get notifications. I would recommend to open here the advanced options and then simply turn off detail notifications or summary notifications at all, or turn them on and then just selectively turn those notifications on for default, or just your friends, or just mentions you receive. In my case, I would like to switch off all alert sounds because they are usually very disturbing when I'm trying to work while having a Twitter client running. Under services, you can see all the different URL shortening services are supported, as well as Bitly's user API authentication URL shortener. Here under the picture services, we can select our preferred picture service. Under sync, we can set a synced account. This is a TweetDeck account which syncs our columns over to all the other devices we are using. Now from the application itself, it is possible to look up profiles by simply selecting the names of our user. Here you see the last tweets are listed. I can unfollow, follow person. I can show more or less detail in this profile page. Now let me close down this user profile. Here you see the quick options like reply, direct message, or retweet this tweet. If we can also get access to a shortcut menu by simply pressing the spacebar. Here we press A, S, D, or F for reply, retweet, direct message, or favorite. Now if I press escape and then just the dot, you see a new option menu coming up. This is the same as if I would go to other actions here, and if here we can select to follow, unfollow, block this person, or and report as spam. I actually forgot to mention this in the first screencast. Or we can simply select reply to all people mentioned in this tweet. With reference to would post a permalink to this tweet. We could favorite this tweet, email this tweet, translate, untranslate, or simply just mark as read this tweet. But those Power Twitter clients can do much more. For instance, if I go down here, first of all, I can mark all these tweets as seen, but I can also just filter this particular column for text, for sources, for names. I can include those sources or exclude them. For instance, I can include in this filter all tweets from the web. Now I see all tweets that are sent from the web. Or I can even show what's popular in this column and then remove the filter, and you see the display is updating instantly. Customizing TweetDeck's appearance is also pretty straightforward. Just press move column right or move column left to move the selected column left or, hey, right. I like TweetDeck for a couple of reasons. What I don't like though is its appearance, because it doesn't look very Mac-like, but it has a lot of features. Twitter clients on an iPhone are really different compared to their desktop equivalents. Because of the screen estate, people can't implement desktop class applications. For instance, TweetDeck loses a lot of points here because they're trying to implement each and every function from the big version into the small iPhone version. If I open up TweetDeck, for instance, by clicking its icon here on my iPhone, you see it's coming up and showing the same display as you would see on the desktop. They have implemented those columns from the desktop, which is very good, I think, because it's a thing that differentiates this client from all the other clients. If I go to my mentions, for instance, you see here is a list of my mentions. But the downside is, for instance, if I select this tweet, you see this is sent from Winnie, and if I drill down to the recent tweets, for instance, and I want to go even further, you see now that I can't go any deeper because the client doesn't allow me to. This is what happens if you're trying to make desktop class applications. All of the other clients are able to do that. Now, if I go to the settings, you see here I can add my TweetDeck account. I can also add like my Facebook account as well, which I'm showing you not right now. But let's go on further to the next application, which is simply Twitter for iPhone, which was previously known as Tweety for iPhone, and somehow started this Twitter client combat. Now you see the official Twitter for iPhone application, as it is now called, implements almost all of the features you would like to see in a Twitter client. This is why it gets 9 out of 10 points in this rating. As I said, Tweety somehow started this combat. You see on the bottom here I can switch from my timeline to my mentions, to my direct messages and the search as well. If I tap on the top, you can quickly, or we can quickly go to the top of our timeline. What's also pretty nice in this application is the Twitter search. It implements the whole and the complete Twitter search. If I select these 3 dots, I can, for instance, have a look at my profile, see the retweet section as it is listed on the web page, the lists, and a couple of other services where Tweety allows me access to, like Tweetblogger, Favestar, or Overlapper. Twitter's official application also allows the creation of multiple accounts. If I go back here to accounts, you see that I can add as many accounts as I like. Now if I go into a tweet, I can simply look up other people's profiles as well. I can have a look at their followers, and this is a secret tip. If I swipe across the top menu bar to the right, you see that I quickly can go back to the beginning. What's also pretty important is when writing a tweet to have access to geotags, the photo library, or your usernames, the recent usernames you have used, to shrink the URLs via a customized bit.ly URL shortening service. And it's also pretty important on an iPhone, if you lose the connection, to somehow, save whatever you have written. Therefore, Twitter for iPhone has implemented a feature which is called drafts, which I'm showing you right now. If I go back and close this menu and go to this 3 dots menu, you see here a section called drafts. Here are all the drafts kept that I've created previously, that haven't been sent, that I'd somehow just written and then somehow inadvertently closed the dialog, and then Twitter for iPhone asks me to save this tweet. Now what's also pretty cool on iPhone is somehow Seismic or Brizzly. If you like to don't use the official application. Twinkle is also not dead yet. Twitterific is not dead yet. And Fring is also. I found Fring is pretty cool because it's now able to tweet as well. One application that doesn't tweet, but I'd still like to show you, is called Notifo. Notifo is like a notification service from the web. What Notifo does, it tries to pull important information for you from a couple of web services and pushes them to whichever service you're using, for instance the iPhone. So if you configure Pushly, push.ly, with the Notifo plugin, you get all your tweets, direct messages, favorites from other people directly pushed to your iPhone, which is a free service. And if you don't like to use Boxcar, for instance, which is also free, this is a good alternative. So this was it for the third part of the Twitter screencast. I hope you enjoyed this episode. If you still feel like you want to know something Twitterish, just come to Mac_Stan Screencast and leave me a comment. I hope you had fun watching this screencast. Take care until next time. Bye.